Well, spring is the time of year when fruit growers play cat and mouse with the weather as to whether or not they're going to have a fruit crop. And a lot of people wonder just how cold does it have to get before I don't get like peaches, for example. Today I want to tell you a little bit about how fruit buds actually lose cold hardiness as they advance. Well, to start off with, when a fruit bud gets to this stage where it's first swelling, it's still pretty hardy as far as the late spring frost goes. You could get a 10% kill on your tree if it got down as cold as 18 degrees, and a 90% kill on your tree if it got as cold as 1 degree. So that's still pretty hardy. But as they start to advance, they start to lose cold hardiness. When you move to this stage where the calyx is still kind of green, you can see some green around here, then you would get a 10% kill at 21 degrees or a 90% kill at 5 degrees. And as the buds advance more, and we see a bud here where the calyx has turned red, then they lose some more cold hardiness, and you get kill at 23 degrees or a 90% kill at 9. Well, then we move on to the stage, this is called first pink. You just start to see the pink petals coming out, and they can be killed at 25 degrees or a 90% kill at 15. Then we move along and we've got our first bloom where most of the flowers on the tree are starting to open, and they start to lose cold hardiness a lot here because at 26 degrees you'll have a 10% kill, and at 21 you'll get 90%. Full bloom, 27 degrees gets you a 10% kill, and 24 degrees gets a 90% kill. But actually, the blooms are most susceptible at petal fall, and that's what this is. The petals are starting to fall off, and the young fruit in there is very, very susceptible to freeze. At just 28 degrees, you'd get 10% kill, and you'd pretty much lose your crop at anything below 25 degrees. So that's when you have to look out for. Now you might be wondering, okay, so that's great, but how do I know if I've got kill on my fruit? Well, you can actually go out and pick a flower. Of course, you wouldn't want to pick all of your flowers here, but you can check and see. And then just cut that flower open on the side here. And what you're wanting to look at is this little piece here. This is the stigma, the style, and the ovary. And the ovary is actually what is going to become the little fruit. And if that's green and healthy looking, then you don't have to worry about losing that fruit. But if that is brown, then you've lost that fruit to winter damage. So even though you might see browning on the petals, it's important to cut that and look and see what your winter damage is. Now, if you're interested in this information for peaches and for apples, it is available at your county extension office. So you might want to take a look at that because we've got a little bit longer here before we're out of the woods as far as the frost goes.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.